Sometimes I feel like we're like a live news station, and it's like 3, 2, 1. Okay, action tonight on the 10 o'clock news. It feels like that when we go in. But how are you find people doing today?
Good evening, all. Good evening.
Okay.
We have the Don Cornelius of YouTube presenting Mr. Namdi. We've got the NGS3 Professor VJ, and we've got the delightful and youthful views of Miss Ade Lane, who's new to the scene. Yes. Good evening, folks.
And then we can't forget Mr. New Jack Swing, Afrobeat connoisseur, DJ Stevie Street.
Yes.
We saw your set. How was doing the set at the record store?
I had a lot of fun. A lot of fun. It's only for half an hour, but just to play records that you love to 3 people in a record shop, why not? Why not? It was great fun.
But you know what? Have you seen the?
That's lovely.
Have you seen the? No Christopher in the background. Oh, well, I've got Christopher. Have you seen the? There's this French record store that plays a lot of soulful music, and they had Junior that showed up and was singing one of his classics and stuff.
Oh, I saw that.
Yeah, so good. They do really well with
Big Daddy Kane.
What did you say, VJ?
I think there was Big Daddy Kane was in a record store with Junior, and he was just saying that Junior's voice sounds exactly the same.
Yeah, I saw the video from the French shop. I mean, they just constantly play soulful music and people sing along and stuff, which is amazing. Is it nice? Christopher Boyd? Welcome, NMAC. NMAC is, if we're having a star for, community member of the year, NMAC would be top of that list because he takes his list serious as well. And bonjour, Miss Savagnon, out up in France. Welcome. All right. Any music news before we get into this Christopher Williams album? Anna, welcome. Happy Sunday to you. VJ, any music news that you'd want to? Anything from the music world this week?
I've bought some more music.
It's like saying I had breakfast this morning.
I'm sure you all absolutely stunned.
It's like saying I had breakfast.
Absolutely stunned that I bought more music.
Goodness.
Exactly. No, I got some good bits, and I didn't realize I had. I already had a copy of Christopher Williams' "Come Go With Me," so I ended up getting a second copy, and nobody needs 2 copies of that, so that's a little irritating. And in other music news, I have been cataloging everything that I have on Discogs properly, so I want to make sure that I don't make that mistake again. That's everything, nothing else. But I've been having fun doing that. Just my stuff, really.
Anna's out in Atlanta, Georgia. Welcome, G. Miley. Welcome. Music tips and reviews with JG. Welcome. I didn't get to hear the whole album, but loved All I See and Dreaming. Brooklyn Love Podcast. Brooklyn, we haven't seen you in a while. Glad to see you this evening. Ade, any music news, anything to bring this from the past week?
Well, in new music news, Cardi B has just released her album, and she has a feature with the iconic Janet Jackson. I know a lot of people thought that Janet would actually sing a verse or do something, but it's just very reminiscent, and it has just Future Principal or a remixed version in the background. But she's been doing really good with this press run. So
it's terrible. Say it. It's terrible. She's ruined it.
Is Janet Jackson not featured on the song? It's just a sample or something? Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Oh, is it like SWV Right Here remix? Human Nature? Okay.
Yeah.
You take a fantastic groove like the Press Principle. You take the groove out, You had a little Janet in, and then you open your mouth like the potty mouth girl that she is, and shout the N word, the B word, and every other potty mouth lyric you can think of. Well done, Miss Cardi B. Thanks for that.
So,
You know,
Stevie,
thanks for that, Miss. You know,
Stevie, is it safe to assume that you don't like that song? Is it safe to assume you don't like that song?
listen, I give you Cardi B version with Janet, and I give you Janet's Pleasure Principle. Which you going to play?
Oh, Janet.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. Yeah.
The debate's over.
CV.
Unless it introduces a younger audience to Janet.
Maybe so.
But then again, how old is Cardi B now? I don't know how old she is. She's not that young then, is she?
Yeah. Okay, we've got a number of CV. Welcome. It says one of my top 10 albums of the 90s. Brandon writes the best thing she did was Fina with Bruno. Yeah. Queen D, how you doing? She's saying hello to all of us. CW had a voice that could shake stereo speakers. We are going to get into Christopher Williams very soon. Do we just wanted to get the roundup of music news? Stevie, what about you? Any music news for this past week?
Well, you can check out my R&B Fresh show at www.mixcloud.com/Stevie Street/. Big shout to Jez Miley, who's in the comments, who played Christopher Williams yesterday in the Vinyl Resting Place record shop. Every little thing I do sounded great on the old sound system. And I had a good rummage through the 7-inch boxes, and I just couldn't help myself. I bought a nice big pile of 7-inch singles over it. So yeah,
okay.
Very happy about that.
Okay.
And you will see that tomorrow at 8:00, premiering on In Search of New Jack Swing, episode 10. I've reached 10
I can't
episodes.
believe it. Double figures already.
Tomorrow night.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yes, congratulations on that. Yes, and I think for me, music news wise, so the rumor went around that Janet responded to Jay-Z's claim that Beyonce had sort of surpassed Michael, and so that was the rumor going around, that Beyonce said that Beyonce should focus on Beyonce should focus on cooking dinner for the Carters, and they not disparage Michael. And I thought, wow, people thought, well, Janet is standing up for her brother, but I was really surprised that Janet would take that sort of stance against Beyonce and stuff. And I searched, and there was no official comment from Janet. So there was somebody that made it up. Mm-hmm. And they took Jay-Z's interview that he did on Twitter Space 3 or 4 years ago, and then just fabricated Janet responding to that. And so just to clear up, Janet never responded directly back to Jay-Z, and the comments he made, which I posted, was done about three years ago. Now, even though what Jay-Z said was absolutely rubbish, trying to say that because Michael Jackson never did Coachella, Beyonce has surpassed him because she's culturally relevant, played at Coachella, and she's evolved from what Michael has done. And unfortunately, there was, I would say, 99% of the people who have listened to that have not agreed with that. And unfortunately, Beyonce has always been a big fan and student of Michael, and she probably would never, I do not believe she herself would ever make that claim or believe that. Neither would Chris Brown. I mean, there's taken from somebody, and there is surpassing. Even Lady Gaga hasn't surpassed Madonna. At one point, she looked like, oh, she was going to get there. But then she realized it's not an easy thing to sustain what Madonna has done for more than 40 years. You just can't do that. You can't do what Janet has done for that length of time and say, yeah, I can surpass them. There are levels to this. Very few people have elevated to what Michael did, for what the Beatles did, what Elvis did, and what Janet is still doing. And even Madonna, very few people can consistently be at that level. And so my biggest disappointment with Jay-Z is that why did he decide to mention Michael? Why didn't he say she surpassed the Beatles or Elvis? They won't do that because he knows that the public, especially the Rolling Stones and all those people, will slam him down. So he goes after Michael. There is no way you can do that. And so I would have thought he would have been brave enough to say she's greater than the Beatles and Elvis, and watch the backlash that would come from every media circuit around there. So that was just my little rant and stuff going on. I know VJ's itching to say something.
No, I just wanted to weigh in on that a little bit, because if this happened 3-4 years ago, I'm hearing it for the first time. I'm sure a lot of us have heard it for the first time. And to say that just because Jay-Z was or Beyonce was at Coachella, somehow that is the benchmark to say that she's now surpassed Michael Jackson. It's the most nonsensical comment I've heard in my life.
Was it taken out of context?
It's so pathetic.
He said if you the 2.5 minute thing he said, that was it.
Wow.
He said, tell me a cultural relevant thing Michael has done like Coachella. He said that he did Motown 25, which was cool, but has he done anything culturally relevant? Let's say Coachella, and that was his word. It wasn't like this is him speaking, that the audio clip of him speaking, and it was like Coachella, So, yeah.
I like what Sauvignon said, something interesting just now. They just said that sometimes you just need to let people speak. He said. So I just think some people we just need to let Sean say what he's got to say. But it's absolute nonsense just because somebody's been to Coachella.
Has Beyonce done the Super Bowl halftime?
No, she has. She has.
Bruno Mars and Coldplay.
Yeah, she did well. But Michael was the first to do it, so it's easy for everyone else coming after him to say, "Oh, this is what he did. I'm going to tweak it this way." But he was the first to do it, and so he set the standard, and then everybody followed. Go ahead, Ajay.
Her outfit for that Super Bowl performance was literally giving flowers to Michael's.
Yeah, the dangerous, you're black with the gold. Yeah,
she loves Michael. It's no need to compare the two.
Yeah. Anyway, we're here for Christopher Williams because I know Christopher would be joining in and watching us. So I don't want him to think, "Hey, what about my album?" So Ajay, I'll start with you. Being, you're just slightly younger than myself. So we were on the same age when the album came out. What did you make of this album and when it came out? Oh, well, when you've listened to it,
Listen to it, yeah. Christopher Williams, what a voice! Very talented, and of course, I see the comments of like the older ladies comparing him to like a Teddy Pendergrass or a Barry White with that baritone, deep, sultry voice, but still able to. Oh my gosh, it's just beautiful. He's a beautiful man himself, and he also has the acting abilities. But the album itself is beautiful. It's interesting to hear his voice on like a New Jack Swing track, being that it is so deep, and I'm used to him doing like ballads. But amazing, really good.
And when did you discover it?
I discovered Christopher Williams in New Jack City.
After you watched it?
After I watched New Jack City, that's how I discovered Christopher Williams.
Okay. I'll come to you last, VJ. Stevie, what about you? What did you make of this album?
Going on, Namdi? You got your little bar. You got a mini bar going on there.
Yeah. It's my
going on there. His eyes.
I've been hanging out with Keith Sweat a little too much, so.
Get the drinks on.
Get the drinks on. But what about you, Stevie? What did you make of this album and Christopher Williams in general?
He kind of changes labels a lot, doesn't he? He doesn't seem to stick. Doesn't seem to hold down one record label.
3 albums, 3 labels, yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, this was a great album, a solid album. One of Uptown's really best albums. This overall, because the singles were solid. I really felt he found his own in this. A lot different to the album after, when he signed to, was it Giant? Was it Giant Records?
Yeah, Giant was first.
Yeah, the first one. What was the third label he was on?
Was it Electro? I can't remember now.
was small. It's a smaller label, no? Like an
he
indie,
went
wasn't
the
it? An
third.
indie label.
So Janet was the first because that's how he got on the
95, wasn't it? 94, 95. He went
Yeah.
for another.
Yeah.
What was Angela Wimbush?
That was on Giant.
So he went back.
So the first label was
Okay,
Geffen
they went to
first.
Giant. Okay.
Geffen, Uptown,
Then Giant.
and
Okay.
Giant. And then I think he had was an album on Renegade Records. That was the last label he had.
Okay. Yeah. Last Exit, Geffen, Uptown, and Giant. Okay. What about you, VJ? What was your thoughts about Christopher Williams and this album?
So Christopher Williams, for the first two albums, Adventures in Paradise and then this one, he always seemed like he worked with good producers, like great producers, Mark Gordon, Gerald Levert on the first one. And he worked with Eddie F. and Novell on that remix of One Girl. But when he came onto Uptown, and the talent on this album is just ridiculous. This is everybody you could imagine, all in one place. I think this is comparable to maybe Usher's first album, where you've got like a superstar array of producers, writers, engineers. This is it. This was the magic album. And I think it's a shame that things worked out the way they did for him, because this should have been the stepping stone for him to blow up. I think he would have been the male Mary J. Blige that Uptown were looking for. So that's what I think he would have been. But it didn't work out that way. And it's a shame, because this album is as close to perfect as you can get. There's not a bad track on this album. Not one.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, it's one of those.
I think I let me see now. When I interviewed Jimmy Love Jenkins, co-founder of Uptown, and he was in charge of promotions, he said he knew Christopher since when they was kids, and he helped get him onto Uptown. He said it when Christopher was a kid, maybe like 13 or 14. The word he used, that he was an Adonis, like he was like a just that even as a young kid that he was. I mean, if you look at him. He was like, like probably the most good looking person you could see on that sang. Video wise, he was big. And vocally, I could say that. What I would say is that when I used to watch American Idol during his first 5 or 6 series, I used to dream that if I was ever on the show, I would wish my voice was Christopher Williams. That because I said he was like a Rolls Royce. When people say Uptown dropped the ball, I think and Christopher has said it subsequently since, it was that Uptown Unplug, that was the breaking point. If they never did Uptown Unplug, it would have been a very different thing. But he said he was frustrated, if you ever watch his on song, with the fact that when they did the Unplug, and it came out, it was featured heavily with Jodeci, heavily with Mary J, and he was given just a smaller parts with Heavy D, and I don't think and the rest. And he got angry, stormed into the office, started smashing things around, and the anger stuff got kind of rubbed a lot of people the wrong way. It even affected a lot of promotion of the album. And, back in those days, you had to work those stations. You had to go and promote the markets. And if you don't do that, they're not going to play the records. And so it affected how well because as you said, they got the best producers. They got good videos, but they just always needed him on board. And he's subsequently admitted that it was just a challenging time for him. And it then derailed his career at Uptown.
But I think that doesn't take away from how talented he was. And I think if I could take something you just said and we could highlight that as a comment, I wish we could do that. You just described him. You said Christopher Williams was like a Rolls Royce. That is exactly the right expression. That's how big a deal he was. And that's how talented he is. And me and Stevie, we saw him at the Rock the Bells recently. And how was his voice, Stevie? He sounded great. He was on point, man. He still sounds amazing.
Yeah. As I said, I'm listening to this album, and even the song that he did with Mary, I'm thinking that look at how Mary's trying to keep up with him. Most times Mary's out singing, even KC, like, and everyone's trying. This one, she was like, "Okay, please don't have me married." You know, he's almost and Mary's like trying to keep up with him, and that's why it's probably one of my favorite Mary duets, is because she wasn't the star on the album. I think one of my best ones would be, and it's on with R. Kelly, because it felt like they were on the same par. But with this one, it felt like Christopher was here and she was trying to get up there, and that's how much comment I can give about his voice vocally on another level. And these were, it was a long album. I would say that it was probably over 60 minutes because it had 4 to 5 minute tracks. And as you said, not many people do remember Usher's debut album, probably one of R&B's best debut albums, which doesn't get a mention. So it's good that you brought that up, VJ.
And there's a couple of points there by Zach. He mentioned that during the making of this album, Christopher Williams created something with Kiama Griffin and Ike Lee, CK Blunt Productions. And they had, what was it, 1, 2, 3? That was the name of the group, right, Stevie? 1, 2, 3, was it? Fantastic. They had a single called Love Me Right. And if Nesto Velasquez was dropped because of this album, that's sad, because Nesto was also a very talented artist on Uptown Records, another great singer. But I didn't know that was the reason why.
What year was the Jazzy Jeff and Fresh Prince feature that he did? And what 93. Year was the Full Swing Effect track that he featured on as well? They were on Giant as well, weren't they? Yeah,
FS Effect. Oh, that was
the same year as this then. So he was busy, not only in his album, but he was doing features as well. So to keep him busy.
Yeah. So as I said, it's he's still singing. And he had a health scare during the just after during the lockdown. He was in the coma for a while, but he pulled through. And yes, he's still singing. And he's just recently signed with a record label called SRS. And they signed people like Shaka Khan. I think Tweeter just signed with them. I think Johnny Gill signed with them. So they're signing. Kwame signed with them. So they're it's like a little independent record label that has a distribution deal with Universal. Angie Stone was signed with them before she passed, even Kiki Wyatt. So he's just signed with them, and so he's expected to release some new music soon. But
do you know what album? That's disappeared now.
I haven't seen that one. Oh,
Marco, it's the Usher debut album that we're referring to. It's X-Wish Usher album. That's his debut album that Puffy executive produced. That had DeVante Swing and Brian Alexander Morgan and Faith Evans and the whole. Go ahead, VJ. Sorry.
I thought I'd bought an obscure Christopher Williams album recently, and I was really excited to receive it. And then I found out that it's a folk rock pop album by another Christopher Williams. That was the worst purchase in a long time. It was a mistake. That cost me about $25 for no reason whatsoever.
Oh goodness! And Dave, when you see Christopher perform, both, when he was, did you see any of his, let's say, Arsenio Hall or
his live performances?
Pardon?
His live performances?
Yeah, even the Uptown back in the day. Yeah. Did he had the voice, but what about the looks as well?
Oh, he was fine. And he still is. But I think he just embodies yearning so well. And that's a lot of things that, women look forward to when we're listening to something slow. And the fact that he's able to embody that and look the way that he does and sing the way he does and just blow the way that he does, it's like he's the full package, literally. Full package.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. But all of my sister, my cousin, all my female cousins, all of my female friends fancied Christopher Williams. So for every single one of them, not one person didn't fancy Christopher Williams.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, very few.
Some guys have all the luck, eh?
Yeah, well, he had.
Yeah, they do. They can sing.
Yeah,
They look
I mean,
good,
there were very
got
few
everything.
attractive male singers back in the day. I mean, tell me who else.
What?
I'm trying to think.
Very few. Very
Okay, who was-
few.
Yeah, tell me who else.
Like,
I mean, I'm just.
like
Good
Tevin
looking. They must be.
Okay,
No,
sorry, group
okay,
of community.
Tevin Campbell's a kid. I'm talking about from the 90s. Come on, I'm
Probably
thinking.
most of the gay singers.
No, but who are we saying? Who's a
A lot of my female friends, they liked Teddy Riley. They thought Teddy
okay,
Riley was very good looking.
I love Teddy. Teddy's a great
I'm not
producer.
asking-
I'm talking about
asking about
looks. I'm talking about looks.
Brian
Look at Christmas. Huh?
Dallas Austin was
Who?
popular.
Brian, that's good.
Dallas
I'm
Austin.
talking about looks. You're talking about Dallas.
What about
No, I'm talking about
all
look.
them
I'm
ladies
talking-
that were throwing the drawers at him? And R. Kelly. Dare I say that guy's name?
No, but they were not. Look, we could when we talk about females, it's very easy to look at Pebbles, look at a Beyonce. I mean, women, it was very much you've got the looks, and we throw you out there. With men, it wasn't the same.
I'll be sure there.
Yeah,
was.
they've mentioned. Yeah, I'll be
good one.
sure.
I'll be
People
sure.
thought they were cousins. Chris had that light skin privilege. But I'm thinking, how many really? I mean, that you like? Oh, this guy's good looking. I'm thinking.
DeVante from Jodeci, Brian.
And Dalvin. There you go. Those
All of
two.
Jodeci,
Yeah,
like
there
the
you go.
boy group. A lot. No, I mean, it's a lot of fucking men from
What about Ralph Tresvant?
Maybe
Why are you
Ralph.
asking us this?
all of Jodeci.
I don't know
What's
about
going on
Johnny.
here?
Maybe I think Ralph would come in there. Babyface, okay. Babyface had that look, but I was just saying that it was not something that I mean, with Christopher, I could look at him and think, wow, look at this guy. I mean, he just looks like he's out there. But it wasn't with females. It was very much of they went for the okay, you can sing, but do you look good? That was something that was really important in the 90s. After and well, towards the later 90s, but it wasn't the same with guys. Garfield from Shy, I would say that he did a modeling career, so it was rare. It was rare. Outside of that, okay, let's get into the album. Before we start arguing on, and maybe someone will pull up some obscure person and stuff like that. But Stevie, there were 12 songs on this album, and I would almost guarantee that we're not going to have the same number one. And I'm sure people like Mac will be surprised with what my number one is. Hey, Benson. But Stevie, what came in at number 12 for you?
It's tough because, like you say, 12 doesn't go into 10, does it? But I do know that there's 6 records on here that I play to death, and the other 6 I don't, which doesn't mean that I don't like them. I just don't play them as much as the other 6. So it's a game. It's an album of 2 halves for me. So that's how I compiled it. Quite surprisingly, quite shockingly, my number 12 is, in fact, it's the only cover version on the album written by Gamble and Huff. And it's Christopher Williams' Tonight You Are Teddy Pendergrass. And it's a very respectful version. I think it's better as, because he did this live, didn't he? Did he do a live version of this on the Uptown special, whatever it was? I can't remember. I think this works for Christopher as a live recording, because I think the production in this, I think try to do 2 things, and I'm not sure they got it right. They try to keep it to a classic soul feel while trying to keep the newer Uptown sounds in there in the production. Didn't quite work, but like I say, it's a respectful version. Christopher Williams isn't. Yeah, the Teddy Pendergrass is too strong in my head. You're talking about one of the greatest soul crooners of all time, Teddy P. Respect for him for taking it on. Respectful version. It's my number 12, and I'll leave it there. Thank you, please.
Okay. Dave, what about you?
I would say that me and Mac have the same number 12. My number 12 is Where Are You Now? To me, the beat is my note is literally the beat is throwing me off from his voice. It's too fast from where I feel like the melody of his voice is going. So that's why it's my number 12.
Which one? Where are you now?
Yeah, Where Are You Now?
Where are you now?
Dum,
That's the one with
dum,
that.
dum,
That
dum,
that
dum, dum.
I don't know what sound it
Where
is.
are you now?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, Benson was great being able to. Yeah, Christopher. Stevie, did you see the clip with Benson when he talked about Michael, the Beat at the Michael concert?
No.
Okay.
Oh, I saw that on your story. Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, because at the end he mentions seeing me.
What social media platform we talk? Instagram.
Yeah. I was.
Who are you on? Who are you on IG? I don't. Are you? Am I following you? Do you follow me?
Okay, Stevie, what are you talking about?
Benson's.
Yeah. No. I posted something and
Right. I thought he posted
it.
something.
Yeah, no, I did. Yeah. VJ, what about you? So, okay, a lot of people are saying, "Where are you now?" At the number 12. What about you?
So my number 12 is the same as Stevie. It's Come Go With Me. That's my
What versions are on that, VJ?
Radio edit, album version, and the unplugged version. And I think it was Sauvignon that mentioned that the reason why he had a problem with Uptown was because Come Go With Me was not on the released version. But I think when the original version aired, when it was actually created, Come Go With Me was one of the songs that he sang, but it wasn't included in the special on the VHS, the NTSC VHS. But Come Go With Me is my number 12. I don't think it was the right choice for the third single. It's not a bad song at all. He does a very good job of it. Greg Cawthon production, but it didn't hit the way Teddy Pendergrass's did. Exactly what Stevie said. When you've got a classic like Teddy Pendergrass's version of Come Go With Me, it's very, very difficult to follow that up. And I think that's what's happened. It wasn't on that level. So wrong single, in my opinion. Still very good, but that's my number 12. And
it was also my number 12. Because you know when Shantae Savage did I Will Survive, and I didn't realize it was the Gloria Gaynor remix. So they flipped it, and so you bring something new to it. And there have been times when artists will bring something new to a track, like what's the Gap Band one that the guy did? Is it Yearning for Your Love? Yeah, so it's a little slightly different. I mean, you listen to it, and sometimes you can be respectful for the original, but add something new to it. But I think with this, it just felt exactly the same, and it felt owed for the album, because the album had a different vibe, and I would have loved him to do a Stevie remake, something like that, because that would have been, he would have done something different for a different voice and stuff like that, just like how Jodeci did lately, something like that. But I think that's why so and to think that was the course of the whole breakdown at Uptown, that is quite sad to see that. But great version of it, and I like the little keyboard sort of solos. They tried to with a little when they took it to the bridge with the little keyboard stuff, but still, that's number 12 for me. All right, Stevie, number 11 for you.
Big shout to everyone tuned in live tonight. All the regulars are here tonight. Thank you so much for tuning in.
Hello, Angela Lee.
Yeah, the hardest when I it was quite easy picking my number 12. Then I had to pick a number 11, and I'm scratching. What can I put at number 11? And then I remembered actually when I first bought the CD, I'm playing this track, and it's about 6 minutes long, might be even longer, and it's about 3 or 4/3 into the track, and he hits this ad lib, this note, and he goes, "Oh whoa, oh whoa,
whoa, yeah."
He starts going, "Oh whoa." And my head turns and I thought, is the CD stuck? And I'm running over to like press stop on the CD, and then suddenly he goes, oh, whoa, 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 whoa. And oh no, it's not stuck. He's just continued the ad, and that was "Don't Want to Make Love" makes my number 11. Yes, right at the end he starts going, oh whoa, and I'm thinking, damn, is my CD stuck here or what? But it isn't. It's just going through.
Number 11, Don't You Want to Make Love?
I know it's a great track. It's so hard.
Wow.
It's
so from this point on, I think every song is, I'm going to be annoyed with everybody's choices now. Everybody's songs are going to be in the wrong place. It's just because now everything is, there's just so many good songs on this. I can't believe you put that at number 11, Steve.
I know. I can't believe it.
Don't you want to make love tonight? Crystal Johnson. Oh no, doom doom doom. Tonight, doom doom doom. Don't you want to make love? Okay, Ade, what about you?
Well, my number 11 actually happens to be the duet with Mary J. Blige, "Good Lovin'."
Wow. Okay, why is that?
I just would have never expected to hear their voices. I think, in my opinion, they flow together, maybe just not to my highest liking.
Okay. Which is your favorite duet with the Mary has done?
Casey, if loving you is all that I had to do, I don't want to do anything else. Yeah.
I thought it was a good, but I didn't like the production of it. Go ahead, but VJ liked it. Yeah, I didn't like the production.
No, I was just going to say, what you said about Good Loving is interesting because I didn't like it when I first heard it either. Just the way you've said what you've said, I agree with. That's exactly how I felt about it at the time. But listening to it now, it sounds really amazing.
Maybe I need to listen to it more.
My older version agrees with you. My younger version of me agrees with you.
Then what did you pick as number 11, VJ?
My number 11 was, surprisingly, and I'm going to feel bad about every choice now, Changes was my number 11.
You're having a go at me.
It's fantastic.
Changed it.
Anthony Ransom, Andre and Brian Wilson. Fantastic track. Written by Charles Chamberlain. And there's one person on this chat, Zach might have some thoughts about Charlie Chamberlain, who worked closely with Ike Lee, and Ike Lee set up CK Blunt with Keama Griffin and Christopher Williams. It's all a circle, but Changes I had to put something at 11, and unfortunately it's Changes.
A killer.
It's a fantastic song. I have to say it's a great song. Sorry, guys.
I have to agree with VJ because apart from them,
what the title cut is it number 11?
You put 11 as well.
No. I agree with VJ that after top 11, after the top 11 were quite challenging because they were really good songs. So because when I ranked them, I'm like, oh my goodness, I can't believe it's at number 10 or number 11 or number 9. But I realized the ones I put in front were even better. So at first this was supposed to be higher up, but then but by the time I had to put all the others in, it got to number 11, and it had Horace Brown doing backing vocals here. Also had the Gap Band nephews, Brian and Andre Wilson, on there. And I thought it was going to be higher up for me, When a Fool Becomes a Man.
Wow. Wow.
What?
Oh,
I love the.
Ouch. What is going on today?
As I said, it's not. Yeah, it was higher when I listening to it, but when I put everything in order, it just kept pushing back. I think the one thing I would say about this album is that this was, if somebody says, what does Uptown mean? Uptown was about, the styling and the stuff, but the backing vocals, background vocals, define what Uptown is this album had some of the great background vocals. So all the tracks you had either male or females on there, and even when a fool becomes a man, you can hear the background vocals playing an important part in the production. But yes, I need some Remy Night. Emma, I would say that it's almost impossible because they're all great tracks on this album. So whether I put it at number 11 or put it at number 3, it is really hard. Yeah. So Stevie, what's number 10 for you?
Miss B, or is it? I don't know if that's Miss or Mr. B, says I may be a minority here. I hate changes. It's my breakup with my high school love. I don't think you hate the track. I think it cuts you deep because you had a breakup. Because that track does cut you deep.
No,
Get you there, doesn't it?
Yeah, if you've broken up with somebody, I get that. That makes sense.
Look at our friend in Mac.
You need to drink. You need a few.
Because it's like we're putting some of these big songs at the bottom of the but it's not the bottom. I'm like, there's so many big songs. Okay, Stevie, what's number 10 for you?
You know what? I did listen to this a lot back then. I used to get me vinyl and play this track a lot, and I could never work out whether I really liked it or not. So for that reason, it is at number 10, and that's Where Are You Now? Where are you now? Has he got, what's that? Is it a harmonica?
No, Mr. Munoz was a Brazilian something.
Yeah, I mean, that was interesting, but again, it was different, and I don't know whether it quite worked or not, but it is, on a good day, it's a good song, this. It's a really good song, and another day, I'm like, I don't know if I like it, but it's number 10 is Where Are You Now?
Okay, Dio seems to agree with you.
I have no bottom lip left now because I'm bitten it off. I can't. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say to.
Mate, you put changes. You didn't even put change in your top 10. I'm stunned, mate. Honestly, I'm stunned.
Though it's in my top.
I would not have seen that coming.
It's a lovely song. I've listened to it a lot more recently than I did back in the day. But
wow.
Dave, what did you get for number 9?
Number 10, we're on.
10.
Oh, number 10.
My number 10 is Come Go With Me. Now, I think y'all said something really good about how it literally sounds the same. Whether it's you hear like an Intro's Ribbon in the Sky versus Stevie Wonder, or like a Tony Thompson, Sherry or Moore versus Stevie Wonder's, they added something different, and his sounds the exact same. I'm like, is this Teddy or is this Christopher? Because they just sound so much alike on this record, but still a good one though. I think he did really good.
No, but you are right that I think that's what I felt like. I was just listening to him singing the same way, the same style, and no change. And you're right, when you do listen to Lately or Ribbon in the Night, it was very different and stuff. Mm-hmm. Oh, she broke up with me. She was playing changes.
Oh,
back, Stevie. She broke up with me, and she was playing changes in the background while we were on the call.
You're better off. You're better off, man.
Man, that is cold. At least she loves Christopher. All right. VJ, number 10 for you. Oh,
so with number 10, firstly, I would like to apologize profusely to Namdi because I gave him stick just now for putting When a Fool Becomes a Man at number 11. And I've just looked at my list and I put When a Fool Becomes a Man at number 10. So why did I do that? I don't know. They're all great songs. And I think Marco pointed out, and rightly so, that this song was written by Eric LaSalle, who was Mr. Soul Glow from Coming to America.
Oh, yeah. He was in ER. He was in ER.
Yes, he was in ER as well. So it's fascinating that Eric LaSalle was involved in this album as a writer. And I think backing vocals perhaps as well, possibly.
Backing vocals was Horace Brown.
But Horace was backing on this one.
Yeah, with Andre Wilson as well.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Number 10 for me. I don't believe it's number 10. Because I went through this list methodically this afternoon, and some things got changed around. But I can't believe I put this at number 10. Where did I initially put it? Yeah, initially it was at number 9, 8, then 9, then it went to number 10. And oh, goodness, I can't believe it, but it's changes.
What?
What?
Yeah. And I loved it. I loved the song initially.
How could you, Nancy? How
I
could you?
think it's hard because, as I said, I've gone through the album and it's like, I mean, look, everyone knows one of my top 5 songs ever is on this album, but people might be surprised where it's placed on the list today. But yeah, changes is at number 10.
I expect this from Nandi, but I don't expect it from you, VJ. I expect it from Nandi, but no.
Wait a minute. But this is I knew from day one that this was probably going to be one of the hardest albums because there were so many songs that were all within 0.5 of each other songs, and it was going to be very hard to start to put them in an order that it doesn't make sense that changes to the number 10 because it's almost as if I didn't like it, but it was almost like, well, the other songs that I just like just fractionally better. Yeah. Okay. Back to you, Stevie. Number 9 for you.
You know what? I think the writers and Christopher got this. They got this the wrong way round. I mean, the title of this song is very 70s soul, but it should have been. It would have been a lot bigger, and it got a lot more talking points if it had called it "When a Man Becomes a Fool." That's what it should have been called. When a man becomes a. Because how much tomfoolery do men do when it comes to women? A lot. So it should have been "When a Man Becomes a Fool." Because we're all a bit, as men, we all enjoy a bit of tomfoolery when it comes to the ladies, don't we, men? A bit of tomfoolery.
That's so funny you said that. I was thinking if they switched up the words, how would that be? I was thinking that this week. Switch fool and man around.
No, I'm just joking. By but seriously, on a serious tip, this is a deep song. It's a deep song, and it does hit hard. And so it is at my number 9, though. I didn't listen to it a lot back then. I think now, it hits a bit harder now. Being a mature guy, it hits a bit harder.
But I do like the narrative of what he's saying. I mean, and that's, you listen to the lyrics and the evolution of the song. So it was definitely a beautiful track. Yeah. Miss Savanya says that Horace Brown is in London, saying that he's getting more love here than it's in the States. The States, you just have too many. You just have all the artists, and you've got so much to pick from. Yeah. You spoiled for choice, and that's probably why. Okay, Ade, what did you have for number 9?
My number 9 is "Let's Get Right." Immediately, I noticed the beat from
What?
"You Remind Me," and again,
Willis.
you're like the beat again. It's just, I personally just don't like his voice on this.
Wow.
That's a diss on Puffy for doing that production.
Damn.
And he simplified it. He did his Puffy thing and he used that beat over with the rest of his artists.
Mm-hmm.
Take that.
It's
okay.
It is a bit offbeat. It is a bit offbeat, that production, but I do like that because of it.
Yeah, that was what yeah. Okay. Stevie. Oh, what happened?
Where'd he go?
It was VJ.
He was the neighbors has cut him off.
Gone.
He just came. What happened, man? Did your neighbor?
No, somebody texted me to say that I wasn't in sync, so I came off and then I came back on.
Okay.
I don't know if I'm in sync now. I'm sure they'll probably tell me it again if I.
Yeah. You're Justin Timberlake, so.
Oh.
If he's in sync, Justin Timberlake.
Oh, I get it. Okay.
Yeah, now you guys get it.
It's
okay.
Sunday night. It's obviously been a long week or something.
Okay. Well, what's your number 9?
So I agree with you, Ade. It contains a sample of Graham Central from 1975, The Jam. It includes the WAP version of Son of a Public Enemy by Public Enemy in 1987. It's a Tony DeFat and Puffy production. It's Let's Get Right. It's not that I don't like this song. I really like this song, but this is such a tough list. And the most interesting thing is you have background vocals by Kevin Dean and Avon Ace Marshall on keys, not backing vocals. And Avon Ace Marshall was in the group twice. They did a song called Sparkle, which was produced by D'Angelo and remixed by Rodney Jerkins. And the fact that he's on this album just makes me smile because he's a lovely guy. And and Tony DeFat as well, one of my good friends. But sorry, Tony, I had to put this at number 9.
Okay.
Good song. It's a great song, though.
Which one at number 9, VJ?
Let's Get Right.
You put it number 9 as what's going on?
Yeah, it's a mess. This whole thing's a mess.
Oh my God. I'm shocked. I'm shocked again.
Let's get it right. Okay. My number 9. Another one with Crystal Johnson. She was all over this with her cousins. Well, I don't think her cousins went on this, but what did it remind me of? It reminded me of a little bit of PM Dawn's Lost Without You. It's Where They Now? Where Are You Now? It's almost like he was holding back vocally because he needed it just, I think he was big, his voice is bigger than the song, but I did like the switch up. I think it was a remix of Joy, that type of sort of vibe that I get when I listen to it. Where Are You Now? Dum, 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 dum. So that's number 9 for me. Actually, it was higher up, but I don't know how it slipped down. But then again, it was just so many good songs on there. So who else has had it already in the list?
I have.
Are you now? That was my number 12.
That's it. Oh, okay. You put it at 12. Okay. Yes, number 9 for me.
You're going to be shocked where I've put it then, guys.
12 your top 3. Stevie, what did you get for number 8?
A record that I didn't listen to a lot back then. I wasn't too fussed about it, but something VJ said before, it sounds a lot better now. And I realised, it does. It kind of, it stood the test of time quite well, but Good Loving with Mary J is at number 8. Sounds a lot better now. I'll probably listen to this a bit more. So I've managed to, it's gone, just after when a man becomes a fool and Where Are You Now, but Good Loving at number 8.
Okay.
But if you consider all the tracks on Mary J. Blige, the strength of all her songs on a debut album, and she's doing a duet with Christopher, could have been better, I suppose.
That was my thought at the time.
Yeah,
exactly.
I'm being overcritical though.
No, we were spoiled for choice at the time. That's what
it does sound really good now, doesn't it?
It sounds amazing. Good Loving's such a good song, man.
Wow.
Yes. Okay. So, Dave.
Number 8.
My number 8 is Changes. I wish, now looking back, I wish I would have put it higher, but I think on my list is a good spot as to what songs of his spoke to me more than others. So, it's number 8.
Okay. What? Yeah, I mean, as I said, it is strange when the title track when they do have a title track, because sometimes you expect it to be like how Michael Thriller and Bad and stuff, but I'd like, but sometimes title track like The Future, it was probably one of the worst title tracks for an album, a song that had a title track. All right, VJ.
What are we on? Number 8. So, same as Stevie. My number 8 is Good Loving with Mary J. Blige, sampled in one song by All Star Junior, Conversation with the Streets. I love that there's a Three Boys from Newark production with all of the Three Boys on the production duties. Kiama Griffin and Christopher Williams wrote this. Omega Lauther was on backings. Don't hear enough of them, but very good backing vocals. And I like this song a lot more now than I did back then. This was such a disposable track back then, and maybe arguably my least listened to song at the time, but it's solid. It's a really solid track, and I didn't give it the credit it deserved at the time.
Yeah.
So as I get older, I'll love it more.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, I would say it's a full house with Good Loving. At first, I didn't. At first I thought Mary doesn't do duets very well in her early days, and I do stand by that. I didn't think she felt comfortable doing this. It just didn't. The chemistry wasn't there because his voice is much stronger, and I don't think she could keep up. I'd wonder if she had somebody who's vocally stronger, like say Mariah Carey or Whitney, how that matchup would have been. I think Mary Street and Christopher just had too powerful voice, and I think that's why I like when she did "And It's On" with R. Kelly, because I think he wrote and produced it, and he got that soulful part. So she did well with Casey and did well with George Michael. Yeah. But I think this early Mary, I just didn't. I think she just So Good Love and good song, nice little track, and it had some. I liked the production better than I liked the one that she had on the "Is Loving You Is All That I Want to Do." I thought that they were trying to do the David Foster type of ballad in that one, but I thought this one was more uptownish, if that is ever a word. On to number 7, Stevie Street.
It was nice to hear Mary's youthful voice on that. Like I said, I do agree with what you were saying, Namdi, but it was just refreshing to see how young she was when she was singing on that. But yeah, anyway, what are we on, number 7?
7, yes.
It's a killer track, this, and I just didn't appreciate this much back then. Maybe too young to appreciate it, but now I realise what a killer track this is. But the title cut changes has made my number 7.
Okay.
Number 7.
Is that the highest it has been on this list?
I only did one draft. I've not changed it. I did one draft, sent it to VJ so we could compile his notes, and I've stuck with it. So,
but I was wondering, has anyone had changes? They still have changes on their list that hasn't been said.
Everyone mentioned it.
Yeah, so you've got it at the highest. Okay,
number 7.
Change. I mean, as I said, to me, the backing vocals of that made the song, because it was just consistent throughout. But definitely, yes. Okay, Ade, what's your number 7?
My number 7 is "Where's the Love." I actually love when the beat track on the back of his voice, and I love when Stevie actually put that song in his on your story when it's playing in the background. Yeah, I love it. I love the upbeatness. This shows where his voice can match an up tempo beat. I love it. I do.
The start, the way that inch just rises, that it destroys me. That. Oh my!
Great song.
Where's the Love? Okay.
Who's singing on that? On backing? Who's? It doesn't sound like Horace Brown.
Kenny Green.
It doesn't even sound like Kenny Green.
Of intro?
Kenny Green from intro. Yeah, he's on.
Yeah, because it's produced by. It was an Untouchable.
Yeah, he sounds amazing on that.
Different.
Kenny Green, Christopher Williams together. Christopher Williams and intro together at the same time is just.
Yeah, Kenny co-wrote it.
Where is the love that you have?
And
you've got a number 7 today. What are you doing tonight?
I'm sorry. It'll get higher. Oh my gosh.
My number 7 is produced by Soul Convention, and I'm so excited that they had at least one song on here. It's Don't You Want to Love. It's sampled in 3 Max by All Star, featuring a guy called Babyface Ray. That's an awful sampled song. I will never be listening to that ever again, intentionally. But it was sampled in that. It's written by Corey Rooney, Joseph E. Kelly, Nathan Payne. And the fact that Corey Rooney from Menagerie is on backings as well as on production duties makes this a magical song. Don't You Want to Love is a brilliant song, but unfortunately I can't put it any higher. It's absolutely stunning. It's a stunning song. So I'm gutted that it's so low.
Wow.
Don't You Want to Make Love? That's yours? Don't You Want to Make Love is yours?
Yeah, Don't You Want to Love? Yeah, that's my number 7. So hold on. Based on that reaction, I think you've put it higher, haven't you?
Yeah, Dave tends to give away. She does give away some jewels.
We'll get there. I'm sure we will get there.
Goodness. My number 7 is I'm just looking at so throughout this album we got the Andre Wilson and Brian Wilson from the Nephews of the Gap Band, or the the kids from the Gap Band, on a lot of the backing vocals. So they must have just, with Crystal, their cousin, just been around the whole making of this album. And we've got Dal Pearson, who was a producer under Jimmy Love Jenkins, doing some of the also co-production here. But this was one of my favorite slow jams on this album. And, you know, he didn't actually say it once or twice. He had to say it 3 times. Please, 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 when you come back to me, with Mr. DeVante Swing. Nice little, it was, I think this is where his voice is at its best, when he's singing and begging. But it can be intimidating when he's begging you, come back to Christopher. Okay. It's such a powerful, even me, I was listening to it, said, okay, where should, so please, 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 at number 7, DeVante Swing production.
At number 7.
Hey.
Number 7.
At number 7.
Oh, that's dearie me.
You think that's bad? You're gonna love my number 6. I'm getting a yellow card for sure.
You've already got one. You've already got one for changes, mate.
I'm getting sent off. You're gonna have to send me home. Oh, I am home. Yeah. Never mind.
Yeah. So what'll happen is we'll put people in the sin bin. You can't listen to your Christmas album for a year, for a whole year. You're not allowed to listen to it.
Derek says that Christopher Williams reminded him of 90s version of Colonel Abrams.
Wow, that's interesting.
Like a fool, I'm singing to Cruz. I'm trapped. It was, but it's the authority in the vocals. Dum 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 dum.
That's a great comparison. What a great comparison by Derek there. That I've never thought of that. That's a really interesting comparison.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Okay. Mr. Venio, where's the love at number 6? Stevie, what's the number 6 for you?
We'll get like I say, we're into the second half of the album now, and any of these 6 on any given day could be number 1 for me. They're all for me the most 6 tracks to listen to. They're all killers, absolute killers, no fillers. But there had to be a number 6. And I still, maybe you can tell me, VJ, who is the girl singing in the background? But when this track comes on, the whole mood of the album changes. And it's not changes, by the way. But I've gone with Let's Get Right at number 6. And I love the beat. And it doesn't say who the girl is singing.
I think the girl is the same backing vocalist that's on Every Little Thing You Do. I forgot the lady's name, but she bakes cakes now. She's got a cake company, and she does.
Don't you have the album with you? Is her name not written down there?
I'm just looking on Every Little Thing You Do. See if he mentions her.
She's not on Every Little. She's not credited.
Omega Lothar. Is that her?
No. There's she does.
Not credit her. It's like when you listen to Guy Goodbye My Love and you hear Tammy singing in the back. It's like that.
Yeah.
No, it's just like that. So when you listen to Every Little Thing You Do, How beautiful is the lady's voice in the
That's
background?
yeah.
Her tone and
Mm.
everything is
Perfect,
perfect.
yeah.
And now she does. Well, I think she still sings, but not professionally. She bakes cakes. If I remember the name, I'll share it. And if not today, then I'll share it another day. But there is she's on Instagram. She is on Instagram, but it's baby cakes or something. Something like that.
Okay. Wow. Yeah. But as I mentioned, the backing vocals of this album. This was Uptown. They had Tina and Tamara, Crystal. They had the female vocalists. It's just like when Teddy had Mary and Marsha and Tammy. This was one of the things that I loved about this album throughout was they had some great backing vocals, and it's a pity that I looked at this dog. I looked for everywhere to just get the credits, and it's hard to find them. Maybe I should have asked Crystal Johnson who else was which one she sang on, who else was on there. Anyway, a day. What is number 6 for you?
Okay, let me just say this beforehand. You asked me when I first discovered Christopher Williams, this would have been my top 2. But as I've gotten older and I've just listened to it,
I've gone older. A couple of weeks.
I have to get a little bit down.
Stop it now, please. Stop it now. Let us speak, man.
But I love the song. I love the video. I love the fact that it comes from the film that I discovered him in as like a teenager. But it's Dreamin' is at my number 6.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, some people. I mean, Mac was saying that because it was 2 years old, but I'm thinking, man, but that's a hit is a hit. Doesn't matter how old it is. Yeah. So it's in your top. That's number 6. That's fine.
It's really good.
Yes. VJ, what did you put down?
Marco and his comments. He said that Mary J. Blige was on 2 songs. If Mary J. Blige was on Every Little Thing, she may have been, but she's not the only vocalist. So the person I'm talking about is the main vocalist, and Mary J. Blige is definitely not the main vocalist on Every Little Thing, because there's somebody that's not credited. I forgot her name, but she's not on there. And Derek is blowing my mind. Rick Astley jacked the beats for Trapped from Colonel Abrams. What? You ruined my childhood, man. What are you saying?
Did you not know that?
I didn't know that.
I knew
know
that.
I
That's what Stock Aitken and Waterman said that in an interview we did.
No, but the thing, you know how sometimes you miss something and you're like, something so obvious. I mean, how many times have we all listened to Rick Astley's Never Gonna Give You Up? And it's never resonated. So Derek, thank you. I didn't think of that. Anyway, my number 6, and I'm ready for your yellow card. You can give me a red card for this. It's that bad. I'm gonna get annihilated for this. I know it. My number 6 is produced by 3 boys from Newark. It is background vocals by Kiama Griffin, Omega Lowther, mixed by Dave Way, written by Christopher Williams. It's sampled in 3 songs, including Bryson Taylor's track Honey, which was produced by NES. It is
Every Little Thing You Do.
What? Every Little Thing You Do is my number 6, and I love it. And don't get it twisted. Every Little Thing You Do is an incredible song. This single is incredible. The Doghouse mix of this is outrageous, and the original album version is stunning. But I had to put something at number 6, and unfortunately, that's it. And I'm ready. Give it to me.
I actually didn't like the remix. I think there's some songs that a remix just doesn't. Maybe adds stuff to other people. Like there was one I had a rap. I just thought, nah. I just loved I think the original was just perfect as it was. But anyway. Okay. That's his. I do wonder what you'd put at top 3. Number 6 for me. It was I put down here. This was his main New Jack track on there, and it was the Untouchables, the production on this, and that is Where's the Love. It almost was there a vocal on this, or was Where's the Love? Where is the love? because it had that din, 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 yeah. It was a nice offbeat track and stuff. Yeah, number 6. It says being solid at number 6. But as you mentioned, it was co-produced by Darren Piano Man Whittington, lyrics by Christopher Williams and Kenny Green. Yes, and then produced by Kenny Smooth. But Kenny Smooth, for those who don't know, was one of the Untouchables, but he also was the one who just signed and discovered Changing Faces. And it was signed to his label, his production deal. Stevie, top
DJ,
5.
which did you buy first, the LP on import or the CD?
Man, I didn't have a budget for CDs. Are you mad? Getting an extra £5 together back then. No, thank you. I was LP man. If I had a budget, I tend to buy the LP. I definitely bought the LP, but I bought the LP a week later than I should have because Rex and Effects album was out that same time, and the guy said, "I said, which one should I buy? Rex and Effects Hard or Smooth, or Christopher Williams?" And he made Christopher Williams' album sound to be some middle of the road 80s rubbish soul, and the guy wasn't selling it very well. And I heard it a week or two later. I'm like, what the hell? Why did I miss out on this album? And I got it a week or two later on vinyl.
Okay. I'm thinking, I'm trying to think, I was 18 years old, and it's a shame a day won't have this similar experience as what the likes of me you had coming out the import shop, because I got the LP, right? And I do remember the actual cut when you played it was a bit low. It
was very low pressing. The pressing
because I was going out on a Saturday night with my DJ friend, so I've got the number 5. I've got the most memories of this track. It's a shame it's not number 1, but I get to hear this in a club, and I remember thinking it wasn't as loud as all the other 12-inch cuts that. But you won't experience this. I just wish you could experience this a day. Going into a record shop on a Saturday, getting that new release, then going out with your friends, and you and the DJ playing the track that you're raving about. But when I first heard the LP cut of Every Little Thing You Do, I was just blown away. We was all blown away by that.
Fantastic.
I like saying when the 12-inch dropped, and a big shout to Leaky Fresh on OE Tunes In. I remember him playing it on various nights, hearing him play the Doghouse remix, and because I know he liked that remix, and that mix booming out in a club. But I'm going back to my memories now, and I wish I could get my TARDIS going back.
It's TARDIS. For those who don't know, that's a time machine that Doctor Who used to use.
That's the time of your life, and it's gone. And something like a day, because club culture isn't there anymore, a day's never going to experience this. That's a shame. It's just a shame. She's got to go to Coachella once a year and pretend Beyonce's amazing like everybody else does. But it's like that. Then clear these tracks on a Saturday night. Yeah.
Well, apparently some people think Beyonce is better than Michael Jackson. Well. I just thought I'd bring that up again if there wasn't enough drama in this podcast already.
Okay.
Dave, what's your number 5, please?
My number 5 is When a Fool Becomes a Man.
Oh wow, it got that high up.
I love his ballads more than his uppity stuff, which is crazy. Being that something anyway. But yeah, I love When a Fool Becomes a Man, righting his wrongs with his lady, I'm guessing, the one who's pleading and begging to this whole album. His voice fits it.
Yeah, but as you said, it's lyrically, it's one of the. Yeah. It was really good because you follow through the story and stuff. Mm-hmm. Yes. Okay. Miss Savignon says she loved the video for Everything You Do. The 90s choreography. Right. Then Uptown had Fatima and Big Les, and they knew how to do those videos. Yes. All right, VJ, number 5 for you.
So you guys have already put this in much, much lower. And I put this in because at number 5, because it's a song that made me feel a particular way when I heard it. This song was going to be a single, It was considered as a single. It was considered for single contention at some point for Uptown MCA, because this made its way onto several MCA compilations. It's produced by the Hitmakers and Kevin Dean. I want to mention Kevin Dean again because Kevin Dean is an incredible producer, incredible musician. Listen to his read up on his production list. He's done so much work. This song was written by Case. Respect to Case for creating this gem of a track, and Jimmy Maines. You've got the backing vocals of another Uptown artist, Crystal J. Johnson, on this. It's mixed by Rich July. You guys have all put it down at number 10 or 12 or 17, or whatever you've done. For me, it's at number 5. It's Where Are You Now?
Wow.
What a tune. The way this song just builds up, it just takes you on a journey, and it's just, it makes me feel something. This song makes me feel something.
Ooh,
for me, it has to be there. So,
yes. Well, I mean, it's yeah. I think this is the one time when if a song's at number 9, it doesn't. It's one of those technical placements because
that's it. I'm glad you said that. So, and I'm glad you said that because that's your way of telling me, DJ, I like this song.
No, as I said, it was for this. And I just said it. It reminded me of Joy. If you one of the remixes of Joy or one of the PM Dawn, because it was the steady, smooth stuff with the Where Are You Now? It's consistent, and he's singing. Yeah. So yeah, beautiful track.
Oh man, I'm feeling like I'm hearing it.
Yes. At Marco, that's called an album cut. Number 5 for me.
But Marco, before you stop saying album cuts and keep saying stuff, it was a contention for a single, definitely, because MCA. They put I think I've got 5 compilations with Where Are You Now on there, so it was definitely in contention for a single, and we could probably ask Christopher Williams that at some point, or anybody involved in this track, but it was in contention. It's not just a track.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me. I mean, there were so many other good songs on this. Number 5 for me, I think they should have released it as a single. And what I liked about this track, not just the backing vocals, but it was, I think this is what, this is probably was the blueprint of what this guy knew how to make hit records. When Darkchild was doing a remix of Gina Thompson's, what's the name of her song?
The Things You Do.
The Things You Do. And he was going to church and this guy just says, no, too simple, too much. Just use 3 chords. That's all you want, because that's what people remember. And what Puffy with Tony the Fats did on Let's Get It Right. You know, you have the female vocalist, let's get right. And then the drum beat, just simple drum beat. That's what Puffy was known for, simplifying the track. So you've got something familiar. You've got the voice, Christopher singing and wailing and everything. You got the little female that's constantly let's get right, and just the beats. It had to make my top 5, and Let's Get It Right. Let's get it right. Yeah, and this is Puffy coming. This is 92. He was doing the Mary stuff. Yeah. So that's my number 5.
And I love that you put it at number 5. Let's Get Right. Like where did I put it? I put it at number 9. And it's just like what you said. Like they're just placeholders. You can put it anywhere, and it's not a bad choice. Let's Get Right. Such a good song, and I just like Good Loving. I never listened to it so much back in the day, because it was meant to have a particular tone and it didn't quite hit at the time. I don't know why. But again, as we talked about earlier, we were spoiled for choice.
Yeah, so it's all technical here for me. Stevie, what's your number 4?
I think this track is the closest to being out of the Uptown sessions on this album, closest to being an actual swing beat track because it's got that stabbing lately bass, that din 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 little din 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 little, and obviously it's got Kenny Green that doesn't sound like Kenny Green on the track, but like you say, the way it starts, that rise at the start, that I was like, oh my, I knew what was coming. I just knew what was coming, and then it drops in, and then they both start singing. But where is the love? Where is the love? Love that you had for me. Yes, I'll take that all day. Number 4, killer track, absolute killer track.
Yeah, I don't. Despite that, the night of Tony's Fab probably came up with the whole stuff. Puffy's listed as a writer in there, but I'm sure when because I say even Darkchild would say that yes, that and what not just Darkchild, Phonetic as well as Herb Middleton, who were all part of the Hitmen, they will tell you that yes, Puffy would come in and say, "Can you need to change it this way and change it that way." And it will make it a hit. So as much as these guys would probably do the groundwork and do the heavy lifting, I think the little cherry on the top did take it to another level and stuff. So yeah, I won't give him the Gene Griffin rant this evening because he knew how to. Uptown went downhill when Puffy left. So
Kenny Smooth Corrigan produced the track. Kenny Smooth.
Yeah, from the
Oh
Untouchables.
my gosh.
And don't forget Darren Piano Man Whittington. They were both of them did that.
But geez, man, them days, mate.
What a combo. What a combo.
Yes, a day.
Number 4, right?
Yeah, number 4.
I don't know if it's Uptown Records. I don't know if it's DeVante Swing behind the productions who just embodies yearning and just begging, so you say. But please, please, please is my number 4. I love it. And it kind of intertwines with Come Go With Me because he's just begging her to be with him and be in his presence. And I love it. I love it.
Yeah. I mean, I think I like I'm Sorry song more than a Come Back Home. Than a Please Be With Me. I think there's something about I'm Sorry, give me another chance, one more night, But please, definitely. I wonder how you started off. So we're gonna write a song. What can we call it? Should we call it Please? I don't think it's starting off. Can we add another Please? And they would just say, let's please, and definitely a nice track. And that's your number 4. VJ, what's number 4 for you?
My number 4 is Christopher Williams' biggest, huge, humongous song. It's the biggest song he's ever done. Sampled in 13 songs, including Notorious B.I.G.'s Machine Gun Funk, 50 Cent's Dreaming, KRS-One's I Can't Wake Up. Produced by the wildly underrated Stanley Brown. It is obviously Dreaming. I don't think it fits on this album, as I think I talked to you about that, Stevie. It was created before this album was created.
Yeah.
It feels like they just added it on. New Jack Swing was a bit before this, a year before. But Dreaming is at number 4 for me.
Yeah.
How can it be at number 4? I'm just like, it's
because
the greatest
songs
New
I
Jack
listen
Swing
to-
record ever recorded. This
I
is the
think-
problem with this track. It was either a protest vote for me at number 12. Well, I won't give it away, but it's just
No, it's a great. No, if you talk about it as a New Jack Swing track, it's arguably
Great.
one of the
Ever
best New Jack
recorded.
Swing tracks ever created, no doubt. But Ade, I think you said it best. You said you prefer the ballads of this gentleman, Christopher Williams, to the up-tempo tracks. And that might give you an idea about the direction my number 1, 2, and 3 might be going.
Yeah.
So Dreaming is number 4, unfortunately.
Okay.
On another day, it might be number 13.
it
I don't
shouldn't
know.
even be. I don't think it should be in this chart, but carry on, carry on, Nando.
I think when I think about my number 4, I probably when I started doing this album, I thought, okay, I've already got my number 1, 2, 3 locked down, and let me see what and build everything around it. And but I was surprised that this moved to number 4 and didn't make the top 3. And to think that this was this producer's first solo production that went to number 1 is it's an amazing feat, and it is Dreaming. And I'm glad it was on the album, because even though it's in some cases they list as a bonus track, but I'm glad it was on the album because it wasn't one of the greatest sound music R&B music movie soundtracks, but to put it on there for people to remember that this was him was definitely a good thing. Maybe because I've listened to it so many times and I'm familiar with it, so I knew what to expect. It's almost like when we did the Poison album, and I can't remember. I think Sheldon didn't put he was the only one that didn't put Poison at number 1 because he had something it'd been listened to, or when we did or somebody not putting Motown Philly as number 1 because it's like you've listened to it so many times, and that probably happened with Dreaming.
Yeah.
That's
a great way of presenting that case, actually. What you just said, that's it. That's exactly it.
Yeah, because when you listen to the album as a whole and you're relearning it and going through it, songs change around, and then you would then think, okay, I like Dream, but I haven't heard this in a while. Actually, it was a really nice track, and that's what happened with me. So my number 1 everyone would almost fall off the seat when they heard my number 1, but Dream is a number 4 for me. Okay, number 3, Stevie. We're down to the top 3.
This should have been my number 3. Should have been number 2. My number 2 should have been 1. But anyway, it's at number 3, and it's Please, Please, Please. The backing vocals are just oh my gosh!
Oh my goodness!
The production, the backing vocals alone on this track they're just absolutely stunning. It kills me, this track. I mean, it really kills me. I could be on the bus coming home from work, and I'm screwing my face, and people are me on the bus. What's wrong with that guy? I want to go, please go loud on the bus, but you can't do it, can you? You just can't do it. People look and think I'm mad. Tonight. Oh, my face when I'm listening to this track on the bus on the way home. Deary me.
Firstly, I would love to be a fly on the wall on that set bar. And what did you say? Your number 3 was meant to be number 2, and 1 was 2.
Yeah, no, this should have been number 2, and my number 2 should have been number 1.
Okay, so your number 3 is number 1 now.
No, number 2. No, number 2 should be number 1, but number 3 should be number. It'll work out. I'll explain it later. It'll all fit.
Okay. Right.
Okay. Day, what is number 3 for you?
My number 3 is Every Little Thing You Do. This is, I think I said this before with Where's the Love. This is another up-tempo beat that I actually like his voice to be on, and it fits perfectly like with Dreamin' and Where's the Love, which finding out Kenny Green is on Where's the Love has made my night. So thank you. Like, I love intro. So it's like, wow, I had no clue. So thing you do is number 3.
We're all here to learn.
Yes.
Number 3 for you, VJ.
Number 3 was sampled in one track by an artist called Ferrari Jackson. Got a song called "Got a Chance" in 2011. It's not a bad song, but not as maybe no. Produced by Kenny Smooth, Darren Piano Man Whittington, written by Kenny Green and Christopher Williams. Just the idea that Christopher Williams and Kenny Green can be on the same song absolutely blows my mind. On another day, this song would be at my number 1. There's no doubt about it. I played this to Monica today, and she said she was asking me where would this song be, and she said, I think I might put this at number 1. And then she changed her mind and said, no, actually, it's Every Little Thing You Do at number 1, and this was number 2. But for me, my number 3, Where Is the Love? What a song. And Kenny Green and Christopher Williams together on a song.
Yeah.
What?
Yes.
Think about
Yes.
Insane. That's my number 3.
Okay. Yes. It's everyone has spoken about number 3 from and it's Everything Little Thing You Do. I think it's a shame that whoever the female who did the main backing vocals is not credited.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's as much of a crying shame as Tammy Lucas not getting credited on Goodbye Love, as we've said, because it was supposed to be a duet and Jean Griffin and then just turn her down, so she was supposed to sing more. But she made this. I won't say she made. It was parts of the song because it was so pronounced, just continuously, and then the way I think you could tell that Christopher Williams had so much in his reserve when he was singing this. It just like, man, it felt effortless as he's singing it, and then she's like, okay, I'm going to keep up with you in this one. Don't worry, I've got this. That's the difference with Good Loving compared to that where Mary felt like she couldn't keep up with Christopher. In this one, she felt like, yeah, I can handle that with you. Yeah, I know in the credits it just says Kamar Griffin is from the Three Boys from New York, so he's the writer, producer, and I'm sure he did some of the vocals, but it's the female, so it's the female that was so pronounced. Oh, I'm not sure what's happening. Yeah. So Every Little Thing You Do, beautiful, beautiful track at number 3 for me.
Yeah, and good choice. And Namdi, it's like what you say. Like it's supremely frustrating when an artist, a writer, a singer doesn't get rightful credit, or credits are stolen from them. So she sounds amazing. I'm going to find out who that artist is.
Yeah, please send it.
And just because I have to say this to Marco, it's not Mary J. Blige we're talking about, bro.
Yeah, I'll ask Crystal Johnson as well because she's on all over this, and ask her who else that she knows did this, and then even Kamar as well. All right, we're down to the top 2. Stevie, what's number 2?
I don't know whether to make a dramatic change here or not, because I know what the best track on this album is, the standout track, and it's like I say, it should be number 1. But my number 1 it's a protest vote. It really is killing me. What I put at number 1, I don't want to be at number 1, but I've no other choice to put it at number 1 because of how I feel about it. But this, all I see is the best track on the album. This is the standout track by a mile, and it's at number 2, and it should be number 1. That's all I'm going to say. Do I need to say any more about this? This is the best track on the album. By a mile. Look, it's just that's a number 2. We'll get to number 1 in a minute, Mike.
No, tell us what is it about All I See that you like, Stevie? What is it about this song? What is it?
For a start, I think this is the best vocal performance on the album. For a start, the vocal on this is unbelievable. The production, the background again, the background wailing. Oh, the start of it.
Every night and day I pray
with the instrumental.
You would bring your love back my way. I want you in my life so you can marry and make a wife. Every night and day I pray that you would bring your love back my way because I can wait another day. So why don't you stay? Every night and day we pray. Oh, then he just goes off and give back to me. Oh, whoa. I really wanna say.
Why didn't they make a 6.5-minute extended version? Because that's what
they should have. Oh, there was a Ike Lee remix of this. That was never. They didn't
Yeah,
release.
don't reveal
There
that.
is a version.
Don't reveal that nugget, VJ. Don't reveal that nugget.
It's just never.
I
got
think
played.
Benzin is right. I probably it's surprising it was the first track on the album, because it takes its time to start off. But it probably says, "Wow, look at this track." But I did think about that too. That if maybe every little thing you do could have been the first one and stuff. But yeah, okay, a day. Almost like you fallen asleep, or you the singing was just a little too much for you there. What's number two for
Oh
you?
no, I didn't fall asleep. I'm just waiting to get to my number one, so I can.
Okay, what's up?
My number two is "Don't You Want to Make Love." I love this song. Maybe I should have put a little bit in number two, but like I said, I love his ballads, and this is.
Okay, what did you make of it?
And I'm glad that somebody put it so high. It's such a great song. I'm so glad you put it at number two. It feels rude to put it like where we've all put it. I put it. Oh, it's just. I'm so glad that somebody's put it high. To a day, you put it at number two.
Am I losing?
The rest of us feel less bad.
Am I losing connection?
What do you say?
Am I losing connection?
Yeah, you seem
No.
to be a little.
Am I
You
losing
do seem to
connection?
be a little bit. Yeah.
You were, but
A little,
are
yes.
you back? Can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear y'all. Okay, so you can hear me?
Okay. Yeah, you were off, but
Okay.
you're back now.
Yes. "Don't You Want to Make Love" is my number two. Amazing song, very sensual, very slow. I just love his voice. Oh my gosh, he might be top 5 vocalist for me. Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, I think, as I always said, I think he's probably. I think if I've got Luther as always at number one, but I think he'll be my top three. This male vocalist. I think Luther's just on another level. Yeah, but anyway, we'll do that another show. But yes, definitely a good choice. VJ, what's number two? That's number two for you.
So, number two, I agree with everything you said, Stevie. This probably should be at number one. It's All I See is an incredible song. It's so good. It's a 10 out of 10. It's not one of those songs which is, could they improve it? Could they do something to it? I think somebody said that it's because you like Horace Brown. Not at all. But DeVante, as we've discussed on previous podcasts, was DeVante's backing vocalist and created lots of demos with DeVante Swing in 92, I think 91, 92, around that period. There was a track by Bryson Tyler called Still Yours, which was produced by Cool and Dre, which uses an obvious sample of this song. It's very good. But Horace Brown on backing vocals with Christopher Williams, produced by DeVante. This is just absolute magic. It's just too good. This is a 10. Like every time I thinking that I put this at number two seems so wrong. It's like I've hit and fallen and hurt my head or something. It feels like that, but it's at my number two today. So that's my number two.
Wow.
I don't know what's going on with you guys.
We hit and bumped our head, Namdi. That's what it is.
Yeah, I don't understand.
It's hard. Three, please, and All I See, just like, can you separate them? They're inseparable. Them two tracks. Sorry, Namdi. They're just inseparable.
Oh goodness. So at number two for me. So I have not shied away to always talk about my 5 favorite songs of all times. And the 5 of them are random songs and includes "A House Is Not a Home" by Luther Vandross, just an amazing track. "On Bended Knees" by Boyz II Men. "One More Chance" Bobby Brown. And my all-time favorite song is Michael Jackson's "The Lady of My Life."
Never. You know, There's not a week go by when you don't tell us that one.
Yeah,
come on.
So that's my old.
Is that a new nugget? Is that a new
That's my
nugget?
all-time favorite.
First time ever?
And in that top 5, and Christopher knows this, is All I See. It's in my top 5 songs because I know the lyrics, the phrasing. It's just an amazing stuff. So of course, when we did this album, it's like, okay, that's it. I've already got number 1 down. Let's just build around that. But I made a change today because I said I wanted to. I know the song so well, but let me give everyone else another chance. And in the midst of that, another song kind of gave me, as an album, another song sort of just pushed its way ahead as a package for the album. And so at number 2 for this album review is All I See.
My gosh.
What?
Randy, what's happened to your head?
All I See
okay?
is sadly at number 2, but this is because I'm reviewing the album and I've had to sort of sink into the album for the past 2 weeks. And so I'm like, okay, I already know this song. So almost like, yeah, I know you, I know what you can do, but I haven't heard you in a while. And I actually like you now. So even though All I See is in my top 5 all songs of ever, for this moment in time, it just fell to number 2. But it's not too hard for it to regain its crown at a later date. But for today's episode, All I See is at number 2.
You know what that means, don't you, Namdi and VJ? It's down to a day to save this podcast. It's all 3 of us. All I See at number 2. It's down to a day. She needs to save the goddamn podcast tonight.
Oh, yeah.
The women are smarter than the men, that's for sure.
See,
we're hoping
when men become fools, you can see it tonight.
When men become fools, this is what happens exactly.
Goodness. So, Stevie, from 12.
Deary me.
My hell has frozen over. Forgot down goes. What's that? Down goes All I See.
Down goes All I See.
Oh, down goes Fraser.
Down goes Fraser. Down goes Fraser. Yeah. That moment it's one of them moments, isn't it?
Oh, goodness. All right, Stevie.
My number 12 was Come and Go With Me. Number 11 was Don't Want to Make Love. Wow, number 11. Number 10, Where Are You Now? Number 9, When a Man Becomes a Fool. Number 8, Good Loving. Number 7, Changes. Number 6, Let's Get Right. Number 5, Every Little Thing You Do. Number 4 is Where Is the Love? And number 3 should have been number 2, Please, Please, Please. And number 2, All I See, should have been number 1. But it's not. So what is the number 1? And I did say to you guys before we started this podcast, I dropped a voice note in the WhatsApp group going, Are we really going to include this track in the top 12? Can we not include it? It's like Guy record their first album and then they release My Fantasy on a soundtrack and then they release The Future. Now imagine if they'd have put My Fantasy on The Future, it wouldn't have fit. It just wouldn't have fit The Future.
Like that. That's a great example.
I had 2 choices with this track. Either as a protest, put it at number 12, or I go with my gut, knowing that it's, for me personally, it's one of the greatest New Jack Swing records ever recorded. The start of it, when he opens his mouth, don't wake me, I'm dreaming. There's no better start, no better vocal start to any New Jack Swing ever than that. That wins it alone. So, reluctantly, I don't even want this to be number 1, but it is. I love this record so much as a New Jack Swing fan. It's at number 1, and it shouldn't be because it wasn't recorded for this album. And Uptown, you didn't need to put it as a bonus. You didn't need to put it as a bonus track. They didn't need to.
Let me ask you a question. If you're looking at it just as an if you're looking at all the 12 songs as just 12 songs, doesn't matter what era they came from, what year they were made, Dreaming
Yeah,
would
yeah,
still be at
yeah.
number 1 for you. It makes sense. So you've
Yeah.
made the right choice, man. It's all good. It's a great choice, man. Stanley Brown, man.
Stanley.
Salute to Stanley Brown, man. What a fantastic production.
Definitely.
No pressure a day, but please save this podcast. It's on
God.
you.
From
Absolutely.
12 down to 1 a day.
Okay, number 12, Where Are You Now? Number 11, Good Lovin'. 10 is Come Go With Me. 9, Let's Get Right. 8 is Changes. 7 is Where's the Love, which should have been higher now that I know what I know. 6, Dreamin'. Should have made my top 3 actually. 5, When a Fool Becomes a Man. 4, Please, Please, Please. 3, Every Little Thing You Do. 2, Don't You Want to Make Love? And number 1, this is probably the second song I ever heard by Christopher Williams when I found him as a teenage girl. And of course, he looks amazing in the video. And I don't know what it's called when people speak at the beginning of a song and then they start singing. But the black and white essence of the video, we have number 1, All I See, one of the greatest songs I've ever heard in my life. All I
Give it a
See.
round of applause. Give it a round of applause. Thank you, please.
You saved it. We're all idiots.
We're all
You're
fools,
the
mate. We're all
smart one.
fools.
Yeah. I mean, as of course, normally it is, as I said, it's my all-time favorite Christopher Williams song. But, and I always say this for those who, when we pick an album to review, I just then that's it, shut everything off, and I listen to the album continuously for every day on repeat, so that I can just mule over it. And so it is a moment. So in that moment, I compile. So of course, all I see is no one can. If he's watch him perform that on Uptown Unplug, and it's just so effortless. And they had the backing vocals there, and he gave a nice extended version of it. But yes, all right. So VJ, 12 down to 1.
Okay, my number 12 was Come Go With Me. Number 11 was Changes. Number 10 was When a Fool Becomes a Man. Number 9 was Let's Get Right. Number 8 was Good Loving featuring Mary J. Blige. Number 7 was Don't You Want to Make Love. Number 6 was Every Little Thing You Do. Number 5 was Where Are You Now? 4 was Dreaming. 3 is Where Is the Love? As soon as this podcast ends, all I see is going back up to number 1. Just for this podcast, all I see is it's perfect song, as we've all said so many times. All I see at number 2, and that leaves one song produced by DeVante Swing, but I have a feeling that Daryl Pearson was more involved in this song than DeVante was, and I think Daryl Pearson isn't given enough credits. He's only credited as a co-producer. This is very Daryl Pearson-esque, written by Christopher Williams. You've got background vocals by Andre Wilson, Horace Brown, and Christopher Williams. This song is perfect, and it's as good as All I See. If anything, you might put it a notch below, maybe, but on today's podcast, I'm putting Please, Please, Please at number 1 because it's incredible. The vocal delivery is insane. This is like a proper Jodeci meets Christopher Williams, Uptown Records. You've got Andre Wilson, who also did that incredible song Had Enough on the DJ Eddie F and Untouchables soundtrack in '94. Rest in peace. He passed away recently. Andre Wilson, incredible vocalist. Horace Brown, Christopher Williams. They're doing the background vocals. And then Daryl Pearson and DeVante Swing taking the production duties. This is a perfect song. Please, Please, Please deserves a lot more credit. And that is my number 1.
Okay.
Brilliant.
Can't argue with that.
Yeah.
All
Three
right.
great choices. Don't come on, Namdi. Don't let us down now. Don't let us
So
down.
number 12 was Come Go With Me. Number 11 was When a Fool Becomes a Man. I'm surprised it fell so, but then it's a great album. Changes at number 10. Because as I'm saying this, I can hear the backing vocals and the songs. At number 9, I had Where Are You Now? At number 8, I had, let's go to the back here, Good Loving. At number 7, it's Please, Please, Please. At number 6, we had Where's the Love? Number 5, let's get right. Let's get right. Boom. Number 4, I had, what's number 4 here? Dreaming. Number 3, every little thing you do. Number 2, and this is just for this moment in time, is All I See. And actually, the one song that every time I kept playing this album continuously, that stood out. And again, I keep talking about how this album, what makes this album so good was his backing vocals. Don't you want to make love tonight?
Wow, I'm
This was produced by
Yes.
Soul Convention.
Yes, man.
Mark Rooney and
Oh,
Carl
thank you.
Morales. Mark Rooney and Carl Morales. They did Father MC's stuff with Jodeci. Now I can't remember now.
Treat him like.
Treat 'em, and they did a number of those tracks with on Father. But and Mark is an amazing singer, but the consistency of don't you want I'm sure this is Crystal, but just the female, the vocals, just don't you want it just at a steady pace, like he's singing and going all the place. And so, don't you want? And I'm like, wow, I just loved how the backing vocals just stayed there, and he was going all the place doing vocal gymnastics. It's 6.5 minutes long. It was such a surprise for me. I know, Mike, you'll be wondering, like, how did I not put All I See? But I think when you're listening to an album on repeat and you're familiar with a track, this was the one that just got me. I was like, man, this was so, and I didn't even know, because I didn't check the producers before listening, because I didn't want to be biased. Because if I had known, Mark and Carl did this, Mark Morales and Mark, I would have just been like, oh, these guys. I listened. It's only today that I looked at the producers, but this was the song that got me. That's
like the 100 to 1 horse at the races, isn't it? It's like, well, you know what?
Yeah,
I'm going to put a £10 on that 100 to 1 horse, and you know what? He comes in. He ends up at number 1 on his chart.
It's so nice that you and Ade have put that up so high, because it's such a lovely song. It's such a great song.
Yeah, it is just the vibe, as I said. I think he was saying that it's unfortunate that it peaked at number 63 and a bit. It's a great album. I think there's no real records of how it sold. This is where industry politics happens. You know, Father MC, his Sexist Law was an amazing produced album, but they didn't want him to put 69 as the first single. Now, Father MC said that was his first platinum single, but it angered a lot of people, who protested about the vulgar lyrics. Think about 69 back in the day compared to now. And MCA just pulled the promotion, and their album didn't. And that's what was said. So when you upset the wrong people, they just say, well, Jimmy Kimmel is finding that out now. We can cancel you. Doesn't matter how much you invested, because we've got people that we answer to. So unfortunately, this amazing album had all the ingredients to become a triple platinum stuff. And supposing it blew up, he who knows what would have just happened on Uptown. But anyway, yes. Don't You Want to Make Love is I wonder if I'll continue to like it as I do All I See. But who knows? VJ Benson's asking you this question.
I've got my list to go as well. So
okay.
The big list. So Christopher Williams, he asked a question about what was the situation. So Stevie had mentioned, or Zach had mentioned, somebody had mentioned that during the production of this album, Kiama Griffin, Ike Lee, and Christopher Williams created a production crew called CK Blunt Productions. So that was the production crew that was involved in the 1-2-3 album that you're talking about. And 1-2-3 had a great album. Love Me Right was fantastic. But I think pretty much all of it was produced by Kiama, Ike, and Christopher Williams. The album is exceptional. but we did a combined list for everybody that sent it in. Shout out to Zach, Brandon, Renge, Mandeep, and everybody else that sent in their lists. And Marco, you've said something interesting again. You've been saying so many interesting things today. You said that album cuts rule the day. Maybe not. Let's see how this final chart goes. So this was the overall aggregate from everybody's lists. At number 12, you had Changes. Number 11, Where Are You Now? Number 10, When a Fool Becomes a Man. Number 9, Come Go With Me. Number 8, Don't You Want to Make Love? Number 7, Good Loving featuring Mary J. Blige. Number 6, Let's Get Right. Number 5, Please, Please, Please. Number 4, Where Is the Love? Number 3, a single, Dreaming. Number 2, All I See. And number 1, Every Little Thing You Do was number 1. That was the most popular.
I can believe that.
But small margins, and the top 3 were all singles. So yeah, that's how it looked in the end.
Yeah, it's quite easy because I started off by thinking that this was going to be All I See, Every Little Thing, and Dreaming, and then everything was built around. But as I said, when you listen to an album and go into it, you definitely, it wouldn't surprise me if this album did go platinum, but they didn't release the figures, and maybe as a form of punishment. Because Christopher, if you watch him on Song, he admitted that he went around and busted the out office of MCA and Uptown execs, and really, and and he was a big guy as well. So it's easy to say, okay, the album flopped, don't push it, don't promote it, take it off the shelf, and we cancel you. And unfortunately, because a lot of people have heard it, the album, but yes.
But it's like what happened with Rick James, right? Rick James, he went into the office to collect his check. He was given $1 million check.
Yeah,
right. We talked about this. Did we talk about this?
We talked, and I sort of the little cut. I saw the little, yeah.
And from that moment on, like Motown said, we're going to drop working with Rick James or pushing Rick James, which is a travesty. Rick James was an incredible talent, and they said we're gonna focus on Lionel Richie. So all that middle of the road nonsense that Lionel Richie came out with in the 80s instead of Rick James, that's what was pushed. And obviously, it sold a gazillion copies.
Yeah.
But one thing I wanted to share about Christopher.
You were right, though, weren't they? They were right, though, Motown. Sold a gazillion copies. That's what the music is.
It is a business.
Okay. All right. Who would you say is more talented, Lionel Richie or Rick James?
I think
in what sense of musician or songwriting?
Just any sense.
I preferred Lionel during those All Night Long and Hello and all that. That was more.
Yeah.
Rick was very much as I didn't like that funk because it just didn't speak to me. No, as a kid I didn't really warm to it. I mean, I remember I went out last night. What was that? I
went out last night.
Yeah, I remember that song. That was a fun song, but the rest of it, no. But I think Lionel was more commercially appealing.
Yeah.
But the moral of the story of what VJ was saying is that any people, labels, or even anyone in entertainment, what they will do is if they feel as if you feel bigger than yourself, they will cut you off. No matter if you're Prince or Michael Jackson or George Michael, they want to show, look, we control you, we own you. And unfortunately, if they don't want you to sell, and they said all the money we've invested, that's fine. We'll get rid of you and get rid of that, and so that's unfortunate.
Anyway, we've given the viewers 2 hours of our time.
One last thing to say about this album, this Changes album. On the hype sticker, it says, featuring the hits All I See, Changes, and When a Fool Becomes a Man. So somebody somewhere was considering Changes or When a Fool Becomes a Man, which is interesting. I just thought I'd share that. Nothing else to add. That's it.
And they did it with
How are we going to pick an album as dramatic as this? What it's been on this podcast tonight, I don't know. It's been incredibly.
The three of you are all mad. All of you are mad.
Yeah, we need to rank it. So out of 10, Stevie, what would you give it?
Oh gosh, I'll give this album another 8 out of 10. 8.5 out of 10.
Same.
Okay. A day, what would you?
10.
You give it a 10 out of 10. Okay.
Very generous.
VJ, you said you'd give it a what?
8.5. It's the same. I think it's about right.
Okay.
85% is a good score. I think it's close. It's close to being. If it had 11 All I Sees on there, then we would have been all right. About a 10.
Yeah. I think if it didn't have Come Go With Me,
Yes.
I probably would have. I think because so I would give it. I'll give it an 8.5 out of 10. But definitely vocally, we'll do a vote. We'll do a top 10 male vocalist, Chris will be up there. But guys, we want to thank you. It has been an amazing episode, amazing album, and it's good to be able to celebrate this album. We might do the Bobby album again. Who knows? Just kidding.
For the 5th time.
But Ben has talked about End Touch, so that's stuff that we'll look into as well. So don't worry about that. But it has been great, beautiful album. I can't remember what's next. Oh, next week, we are doing. With Andrew Knight coming back, and we're doing the Boyz II Men versus Jodeci, the ballads. Boyz II Men. Cooley High Harmony versus Forever My Lady, top 10 ballads. So it would be definitely. Oh, hey, how you doing, Total R&B? So yes, we're gonna do 5 ballads from both albums each, and then ranking our top 10. So whether it's Forever My Lady or Please Don't Go, we'll see how that goes. So that's gonna be an interesting one. But from each and every one of us, thanks to you guys. So people are just rating it 7, 8. Some of you gave it a 9. That's really good. As we always say, we can't do this stuff without you guys who are tuning in and giving the comments. You make it, especially as it's live. And we will see you next week. Be blessed. Have fun.
I'm dreaming. I'll be dreaming all tonight.
Hey guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for being a part of Halftime Chat. Please remember to subscribe, share, and comment. But most importantly, why don't you become a member of Halftime Chat? We've got amazing videos, amazing perks, and being able to support the channel. But anyway, thanks for watching. Take care.
I never participated in that kind.
And somewhere in between us, or even loving us, on which I didn't miss you really.
What was it like growing up?
She's still making an impact on 4 houses down.
I have a couple of pieces.
Trying to get this one and that one.
That works for you, but just for me,
No. Okay, you're okay.
They don't understand what Jodeci's Boyz II Men and all spirits.